Welcome, everybody. To start off with, I guess you're still live as far as fantasy football is concerned. You're still with us. I'm glad you're joining, tuning in, whatnot. I'm Pat. That's Eric. Now, this video is going to address Week 14 as far as waivers, um, and we're going to talk first of all how to properly assess your team. You don't want to go in any situation blind. It's pointless. The next thing is what waiver claims, position wise, any players that we are looking at. And lastly, our favorite picks from the waiver claims. Okay? So, first of all, Eric, going into this week, first week of playoffs for some, other people have buys. How initially are you going into this?
Well, yeah. First, I'm going to look at it obviously with my team. What players, what fat can I trim? Right, where can I trim the fat? And then looking at my opponent, I'm pretty much quickly. We'll get these all the playoff brackets all updated in the morning. If you're watching this, it should be already updated. And I'm looking at what my opponent needs. You'll know your opponent. Do they need a tight end? Hey, if you have room, grab Gesicki. Don't let them have him. I mean, this is a competition. If you made it this far, you've done the work, or you've been blessed with an amazing draft. Like, let's close this out. So that's the two things really. I'm just looking at those two things, and if I can get a player for 2 weeks, that's quite a bit more value than for the one. But otherwise, what do you think about, Pat, when you're coming down the stretch here?
I guess in the same sense of approach as you with the 1 week, 2 week. Yes, you want to win now, but at the same time, if you can get a player for 2 weeks, you go ahead and get that. Things happen. We all know that things just happen. Now, it's crunch time. Now, another thing I look at is, are you playing this week? Some people are in a bye, but if you know that somebody's going to win, maybe go ahead and take that player that the better team needs, right? It's about the future now. You're not thinking about now, you're thinking about them. So, it's just a couple of things. And always look at your team. Don't get greedy. Just because, this guy's green matchup or a great matchup compared to another guy, we remember, it's about talent. If this man got you here, you play him. Don't overthink things, okay? Keep them simple. So, now we're going to dive into waiver claims by position. Let's start off with QB, Eric. What are you thinking about this week?
Yeah, I think right away we are seeing Jalen Hurts got the green light, so he's going to be starting for the Eagles. And maybe you're in that situation where you have Taysom Hill. Maybe you can grab Jalen Hurts this week before he has maybe a monster game or gets a couple rushing touchdowns. Grab him now, and maybe you'll be able to just swap him in, drop Taysom Hill once Breeze is back, or whatever situation you're in. There's quite a few dinged up quarterbacks at this point. So I would go at least $7. Now, if you are in a 2 quarterback league, we're talking double that for sure for Jalen Hurts right now. These kind of opportunities don't come around for a running quarterback like him. So otherwise, I do think that Rivers is going to should have a bounce back game, and I would go a lot less than that. But if you're struggling at quarterback, I think he would be a good person for maybe like $3 or $4 at this point. But Pat, what do you have actually for? Let's go over receivers next. What are you thinking?
I forgot to mention one thing.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
As far as Fab, this is a definite situation right now. If you feel like somebody's going to make it to the playoffs, go ahead and keep some Fab. Don't spend all your change now, right? Even to pick people up and waste them essentially, right? But you want to make sure that they don't get them. So keep that in mind. But now moving on to receivers, we definitely have seen T.Y. Hill come alive the last couple weeks. And keep in mind they do play Houston again in a couple weeks, I believe. If you really need a receiver, I'm probably looking at I don't know, $5 for Ty. That offense between him and Pittman, I think will go back and forth. So I'm not too concerned about that. We've been talking about Jalen Reagor for weeks. with Carson Wentz being benched, has only increased that. So, personally, between the two, I'm going after Jalen Rager. What about you, Eric?
Yeah, I think those are the two main ones. I don't really want to trust Rashard Higgins, the other Higgins, at this point. I think that's a little bit too risky with Baker. I want to see more consistency before we're going down that direction. But I like this week. I definitely like Peyton Barber and McKissick. I think McKissick is probably going to get more play, more touches. So I'd go with McKissick. I would go $10. I think we're late enough. If you need a running back, you might be a Mike Davis owner, and there's some uncertainty if McCaffrey's going to play or not, and you could slot McKissick in. I like him this week. Otherwise, running back. Obviously, we're looking at Cam Akers look really solid. We talked about it in our recap video. As long as that shoulder checks out, I think you could go again around in the $10 range or higher. Actually, Pat, I think you're a little bit higher on him, right? You might go.
If you need running back, man, if you got bread to spend, throw that 15 out there. You get to a point, obviously, you want to have that money, but if you get to the end of the year and you have no money left, or if you have money left, are you going to look back and be regretful? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just think of it, you got to use this money. Use the money. Now, whether it's this week or week 15, just to block somebody, do whatever it is, but make sure you spend the money. Now, we want to talk about Kiki QT, Eric, right?
Yes, definitely.
How much are you willing to spend on Kiki?
I think Kiki, I think he's just as good of an option in the flex as maybe a McKissick with the targets. I think we saw what they want to do for the Texans, and I trust him more than our other guy we were looking up, the Wisconsin, or comparable to the Wisconsin guy for the Texans. But yeah, so Kiki, he's got the previous fantasy glory. He has been relevant. Let's go with him, and I think he's at the $10 range as well. To round out the running backs, though, I think you could put all these guys. If you don't have any of the above that we've listed, I think we could go Adrian Peterson. I would go around $3 or $4 for him. Just with Swift. I think just if we don't have a lot of news on Swift, let's just get the insurance policy right, and let's get Adrian Peterson for this upcoming week in a good matchup. So I go him. And then Jeff Wilson and Kalen Ballage as well as alternate options. Jeff Wilson just runs with authority, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
And then Ballage is important for that offense when they're not getting murdered 45-0. But Pat, do you have anybody else? Otherwise, you want to go over tight ends or defenses?
I guess tight ends. We can go to tight ends. I would say, for some, Jordan Reed, but like you said, with the AP approach, this could be a 1 week, maybe 2 week rental. I think there's reports about Kittle coming back possibly week 15, so that's why I'm taking that approach with him. Otherwise, how you have another tight end, Eric?
Yeah, we showed the catch on the recap, but yeah, Gesicki is too talented to leave him out there. If Parker plays that full game, I'm sure he has a pretty similar game to Gesicki, but yeah, those are the two main options in Miami. Let's grab Gesicki. Otherwise, those are the main ones for me. Tampa Bay for defenses, they're available in over half of Yahoo League, so they have good matchups. I don't trust Kirk Cousins against Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay is going to be coming out for blood. Yeah, cover that up. Yeah, cover this guy up. But so Tampa Bay, this is this is a 3 week rental. I think if you can get, I'm thinking of average results against Minnesota, so maybe 8 to 10 points. But then we get at Atlanta, and then at home against Detroit. So I think that's a 3 week rental right there. But Pat, who are you looking at otherwise defense wise for the playoffs?
I'm looking at Browns. Browns play the Giants. In Week 16, they play the Jets. Enough said. Now, a couple options you might have for Week 15. The Bills play at Denver. San Fran plays at Dallas, so those might be a couple. They didn't really look too good the other night, but I think Denver has the most turnovers in the NFL as an offense, so statistically you have to go with them, I think. But just keep that in mind. Now, I don't have a kicker. I know there's some people, debating about kickers and whatnot. Hopefully you have Young Wei Koo, because Young Wei Koo is the best kicker ever. But other than that, you got anything else, Eric?
Yeah, I forgot to mention, if you have Jimmy Graham, I don't hate dropping Jimmy Graham and just going with Cole Kmet. It looks like they want to see what they have with their young guys. So 7 targets, 5 catches, a touchdown. Jimmy Graham just had the 1 target.
I know it's weird.
Cole Kmet actually runs fast, so that helps when you play
Very
football.
deceiving.
He's giant. He's a giant, man. He must be like 6'9", 6'10". But yeah, that's my backup tight end option if you can't get Gesicki and you are fed up with someone you have, because tight end's tough. But Pat, otherwise, anything else?
Nope. So out of those people we started mentioning, Eric, what are your favorite 3?
Okay, so yeah, just the takeaway from this video, if I was to say put my finger at 3 people, if you are struggling at quarterback, Jalen Hurts, slot him in. Especially if you have a bye, you have that time to see what you got, right? You see what you have. So I'd say he's my number 1 quarterback, and then otherwise, yeah, I think Gesicki. I think they want to give him the ball, and that doesn't matter who their quarterback is. So that makes me feel better. So I go him as well. And with Cam Akers, with his shoulder a little banged up, he's not my number 1 running back. I think I like McKissick the best. I didn't think I would ever be talking about him at this point in the season, right? But yeah, those are my 3. So McKissick, Gesicki, and then Jalen Hurts as a stash. What about you?
I say, definitely, man, with the McKissick, man, he's had a solid role throughout this entire season, especially in PPR. Solid. But my 3, I would say, overall, I'm going with Cam Akers. I just think that momentum's shifting his way now. Let's keep in mind that he might play some tricks on us. We all know how this goes with the Rams offense. But I'm going out, if you need a running back or even a possible flex, throw that bread, $15 at Cam Akers. Now, my next would be Browns defense. We all know that you need defense in the playoffs, and you want to take the easy matchup so you're not messing around with this. And let's do a numbers game. If you have the Browns, you have to worry about 15-16. You go out and pick up somebody else. Now, my last one, definitely be Kiki QT if he's available. If you need a receiver, once again, go spend that bread. I say 10. If you see an opponent might need a receiver and they have 11 and you have 15, go ahead and put 12 down. So definitely Akers, Browns, Kiki QT. Okay. So with all that being said, thank you as always for attending and watching. We definitely looking forward to helping you guys. Congratulations if you made it this far. I know you went through some ups and downs, especially this year. COVID and already fantasy football is fantasy football. So, anything else, Eric?
Yeah, look out for us on Sunday. We'll give you all the updates we can about injuries. We'll have a special guest, Just Kev, very famous quarterback from the Midwest area. He is our Instagram manager as well. So if you're sending us DMs or and such, that's our guy. So let's put a name to a face. Just a content manager. You'll see him. He'll be here. He'll be excited. We'll give you everything you need. Weather. Hopefully, I can do my part with weather this week. Pat can talk about checkers, not chess examples. And but yeah, thank you so much. Enjoy the week. Football is one of the best things we have to look forward to, and I love doing this with Pat. But yeah, please subscribe and help us out. That's it. Thanks.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
All right. Well, have a good day. Thanks.
Deuces.
Appreciate it.